Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here. End of the month, end of the week, um, end of the chapter. So we're just a good finishing point here. Galatians chapter 5, beginning in verse 22. If you will, like, share, comment on the post, I will appreciate it. And then we will look at this passage. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. Against such thing there is no law. And those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. If we live by the Spirit, let us also keep in step with the Spirit. Let us not become conceited, provoking one another, envying one another. Paul, one of you may have noticed by now, one of the main things in this entire letter that Paul has been trying to address with the church at Galatia is the idea that we're not saved by works. We are saved to do work, but we allow the fruit of the Spirit to work through us to make us into the person that we should be. We're not motivated by our flesh, but we're motivated by the fruit of the Spirit, by being the person that Christ wants us to be. And He gives us this list: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. And He says, if we live by the Spirit, we're going to keep in step with the Spirit. We're going to allow these things are going to be a work in us. They're going to impact our relationship with God, with each other, with ourself. The fruit of the Spirit is simply the life and the character of Christ that is being produced in us as we keep in step with the Spirit. And the idea, again, is how we live. On the other hand, when we do works of the flesh, for our own motivation, for our own satisfaction, for our own glory, they actually destroy the fruit of the Spirit. They wipe these things out in us. And so this list, and I would encourage you to. We actually, in our Wednesday night studies just a few weeks ago, we're going through the various elements of the fruit of the Spirit and what they look like and how they impact and affect our life and our relationships with God, with each other, our attitude about ourself. And they're very good. And I would encourage you, maybe on your own in your personal devotion, to take and spend some time studying um, these 9 items and do a little digging. If you're watching this, you obviously have access to the internet. Do a little Googling, find some good, solid Bible teaching and some books to read, and really study what these things look like, how they what they produce, how they work in the life of a believer. And he says, and I love how, again, he finishes this statement: if we belong to Christ, we've crucified the flesh. We don't do things because they bring us glory or because they're what we want to do. We crucify that, and we, verse 25, live by the Spirit. And I love that statement. Let us keep step with the Spirit. You ever walked with someone who walks a lot faster than you, or maybe slower than you? And it's really kind of a aggravating thing to walk through a shopping center or something with somebody who walks real fast, or somebody who's walking, behind you, and you have to keep stopping and looking and waiting for them. And I think sometimes maybe that's a good illustration how many of us walk with God. Christ is walking on, and we're kind of dragging behind and not keeping up. Paul says, let's keep step. Let's keep step with the Spirit. What's that look like? It looks like loving our neighbor as ourselves. It looks like being gentle with others. It looks like being kind to others. It means looking like Christ. Let's keep step with Christ, with the Spirit. I think about a marching band or a military marching in step, every foot, right foot up, left foot up, all together. Let's march in step with the Spirit of God in our life. And we do that by allowing Him to produce the fruit of the Spirit. Think about it. Have a good day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning. Oh, excuse me. We'll see you here Monday morning. Have a good weekend.